Namaste, yogis. The light in me honors the light in you, and in the light we are one. Namaste. I hope this video finds you well. I'm so excited to be coming on here and talking about the full flower moon happening in the transformative and deep fixed water sign of Scorpio. Scorpio, the ruler of the 8th house and ruled by the ancient and modern planets Mars and Pluto, doesn't do surface. Fixed waters run deep. And this full moon brings everything that's been down and in up to the surface. I don't know if any of you ever watched Poltergeist when you were young. It kind of reminds me of the moment when Jo Beth Williams was in the pool and all of the sarcophagi rose. All of the graves rose up and all the bones and skeletons came out, and she was just in a sea of them, like, ah, right? It's all the skeletons we have in the closet that we've kind of, put over here and put over there. Like, you don't see this and you don't see that, right? This is about the masks we wear being peeled off, 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 off. So there's some aspects to Pluto. We have 3 yods. We have trines as well to Jupiter in the North Node, and we're going to talk about it. If you would like to meet me on the mat, you can click the link in my bio and explore ways to work with me, or you can check out some of my playlist series that I'm creating, like The Warrior, tapping into your inner warrior so you can reclaim power, which is also what this moon is about, and go from there. Remember, the medicine for all the energy that's taking place now as all the outer planets have moved into fire and air is movement and connecting to your body. And this full moon is the same, connecting to the body. So let's talk about it. Full flower moon at 11 degrees of Scorpio blooms open to strip your ego. 8th house for me is shadow work. Scorpio is always wanting to get to the truth of things, right? They're the detectives in a way. They're really good bullshit detectors as well. So this full moon is about intimacy, depth, vulnerability, being raw and real if it's truthful. So you cannot outrun your shadow, no matter how hard you try. And in the realm of the power dynamics, Scorpio is on the axis of power with Taurus. And when you think of power and things that are taboo to talk about with others, it might be sex and money and things like that. And it's also about what one can control and what one can't. The 8th house is things outside of our control, like nature, the government, taxes, and so on. So there might be some of these themes that are rising under this full moon. So we're stripping our ego and we're sitting with the shadow dancing, if you will, in the realm of power dynamics, in your love life, and in your outdated mental loops. So I made a video yesterday, Uranus in Gemini, and that's a big move. All the outer planets are now in the signs that they're meant to be in for quite a long time. And that shift of Uranus into Gemini is the liberation of one's own mind, the mental loops, and how we think, how we speak, and how we communicate with others, which would affect deep intimacy in relationships. So Uranus entering Gemini is a new season, which means the game has changed. And you may be feeling this desire to change something, maybe the place of where you live, maybe the way you've done relationships and deep intimacy in the past is on the table for review. Maybe it's your purpose or your creative endeavors that take courage and vulnerability to put them out there because it's your heart that you're putting out there, right? So Uranus is changing those thought patterns. And because the game has changed, you feel the need to change, but you feel the desire to move in a new direction, but something from the past is still holding on to you. It's those skeletons in the closet that still clink around in your mind. So what still stirs under the closet? What are these skeletons that are surfacing like the sarcophagi in the Poltergeist movie? What holds you back? What are your fears? In the past, where were you betrayed? Where have you experienced loss that has made you tender? Where did you give your power away? And where did you siphon someone else's power because you didn't feel you had any? It goes both ways. So there's a feeling of wanting more for yourself, but there can also be this fear of believing thought pattern that needs to be liberated. You're not allowed to have it, or it's just never been that way. This is the way it always is, or it never happens this way, or whatever your mantra is that needs to be rewritten, right? Those grooves in the mind, those mental patterns that need to be reshaped, new synapses and such, new pathways. This is where we are for the healing, for the shadow work and the shadow dancing, and how to move with this energy. So the last residue from old patterns, thoughts, memories you buried are unearthed to be reviewed. You cannot outrun these bones, right, under this full moon. So as they come up, sing over the bones, as Clarissa Pinkola Estes, who wrote Women Who Run with the Wolves, she speaks about singing over the bones of the past and of the emotions and the pain, the lessons that were brought to you to be healed, right? Sing over the bones of what is decayed and what is gone, that is in the past, so you don't carry these things with you into the future. Look at the lessons they brought you and how you were able to move through them because you're still here. This moon is squaring Pluto in Aquarius, which means there's a challenging lesson to be learned. And Pluto, that red Kundalini energy in the sign of the rebel and the outlier, Aquarius, strips away what is not true to reveal what is. And it leaves you bare. It can leave you feeling raw and naked and vulnerable. And exposed vulnerability here is an invitation to confront these old loops, thought patterns, or maybe even grooves in your heart, these emotional reactions pointing to what has been dormant and has always kind of guided your choices. They've just always been there, right? This invitation brings transformation if you're open to it. So remember, your emotions are not the problem. There's a trine to Jupiter in Cancer. Your emotions are the channel with which you can heal yourself, creating emotional security for yourself within, nurturing yourself, rocking yourself, holding yourself, right, like a baby. This full moon reveals the exorcism that needs to take place. Scorpio moves through pain until it becomes power. What you refuse to see owns you. So don't look away. Look at where you've been. Look at what you've carried. Look at what has always been here with clear eyes. Release the fear and do not turn away. Because when you shine the light on truth, it releases its grip on you. It releases the doubts and the fears. So bow to the bones, bow to the blessings, and shed the pain of the past. Take the leap of faith toward a new you and a new future. That's what all the outer planetary shifting is about. The full moon in Sag, the blue moon at the end of the month, may bring some clarity around what you're sitting with right now. It brings wisdom for the big vision that you're holding, Neptune and Saturn in Aries. Sit with what remains so you can feel it and see it, shine a light on it, and then release it. Let this energy liberate you and free you from the past and lead you to your new reality where the outer planets are pointing. Remember, Uranus is no longer in that fixed sign of Taurus. It's Gemini. Your mind is the gateway of your future, liberating you from old mental loops that you've outgrown. You are not here to remain small or to shrink yourself. You are not here to be palatable. You are here to stand in your full, authentic, real, powerful self, just as you are. Oh, hello, little bee. Change the way you look at things as you rise into the fullest version of yourself. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change, even if that's you. So stay on the path as you move toward the future, shedding, lightening the load, so that when you move forward, you feel free and you feel liberated. I'm going to put some aspects down below the 3 yods and just little descriptions of what this energy is here to teach us and what we're going to be moving through this month. The medicine is in the body, nature, Taurian energy, movement, and how you take care of this temple, how you eat, house, clothe, feed yourself, who you surround yourself, what you listen to, what you watch, and so on, can turn into medicine or not. So choose wisely how you are moving, feeling, and acting in your world, right? For your heart space. Okay. And I will be creating a playlist for Taurian energy, Taurian movement, and all things Taurus. I'm a Taurus rising and my Mars is in Taurus, so I'm all about it. I'm here for this. And Scorpio is my favorite sign. Not that you should have favorites, but it kind of is. All right, yogis, may this video serve you well, and I will see you next time. Om Shanti. Thank you.